Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's a little bit earlier than normal for me. It's 5:30, actually technically 5:32 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm on a little bit early because the Lakers will be starting in about an hour and a half at 7 p.m. my time, so I'll miss about half an hour or so of the game. But, it's the Lakers and the Warriors. I mean, this is what basketball's all about. Two of the game's greatest players, LeBron James, Steph Curry, facing off in an elimination game. So this is what it's all about. I'm not going to miss tonight's game. I think I'll miss a little bit of it, but that's why we're starting a little bit early today. So hopefully this works out well for you. If not, hopefully people who normally hear at 6, you'll hear about this, and if you miss some, you can watch the playback. And hopefully me coming on a little earlier than normal will help some other viewers, like say on the East Coast or in Europe, to be able to watch this live, because I know I do come on at a pretty inconvenient time for, say, people in England or continental Europe. So hello, let me know if any of you guys are watching from in any of those parts of the world, just to let me know I did a good thing by coming on early today. So if you don't know who I am, hey, this is the YouTube channel and live stream that's not hosted by a sociopath, a narcissist, or a grifter. No, I am your host, your humble cult leader. I'm just a humble cult member right now. It's a little inside joke in case you're new and turning in. Don't worry, veganism isn't really a cult. But if it were, I'd be the cult leader because, someone's got to claim the job. It's, if no one wants it, I'll just step up and do it because I got a little time on my hands right now. So hello, I'm glad you guys all got most of you guys got the memo that I'm starting a little early. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Peter, I'm glad you're here. We have a moderator if we need a moderator. Let's see. Peter, what? Hey, Ryan, did you hear that they're now killing chickens virtually? So you sit in your house with VR goggles, but what? They're letting people sit at home and kill chickens? I haven't heard that. That sounds completely gross, unethical, immoral, and illegal too, possibly. Wow. I'll have to check some of that out. Wow, that's pretty frightening and mind-blowing. Oh wow, no, I didn't hear that, Peter. So in case anyone's new to the channel, curious what's going on here, what we're doing here on this live stream, on these Friday live streams, this is where we gather and talk about any and all things vegan. Yes, I know it says ask me anything, but within reason. Don't ask just anything, like something that has to do with quantum physics or something like that. This is not the place for that. This is about vegan related issues, and sometimes they go a little bit off topic. But yeah, if you're new to veganism, you want to get some ideas or help or suggestions, you come to a pretty good place. Between me and the people in the live chat, you have many decades, if not a century or plus, few centuries plus of experience accumulated in there. If you're a long-term vegan, this is a place where you're going to hang out with fellow vegans, have some friends and community, which I am really excited about. That's why it keeps me coming every Friday night. And also it keeps me coming back Friday nights is dealing with people who are against vegan. So let me know in the chat if you are someone that really either hates veganism or hates vegans, us as people. Let me know, and I'll hear your question, as long as you're not speaking using hateful language. If you can phrase your hate in a respectful way, like tell me, what do you think the problem is with veganism? What issue that is so horrible about vegans or veganism that makes you just like lose your crap? Let me know, and we'll look at it in an objective manner, and I'll try my best to answer your question. Just be respectful, be cool. So let's see. Green Smoothie Party. Am I rooting for the Lakers? Yeah, I want to see the Lakers get the job done tonight on their home floor and not have to go to San Francisco on Sunday for a game 7. And it's tough to beat the Warriors on their home floor. They're the champions. They're the current NBA champions. So we have this opportunity to get it done tonight here in Los Angeles. So hopefully Anthony Davis is fine. He had a head injury on the last game. Left the game, didn't come back. They say he's okay, but we'll see how that's going. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Timothy, yes, according to the meat industry experts, yours truly here, I'm not really alive. I'm not alive, really. It's not possible on plants. Yes, you called it, Timothy. Thanks for reporting the truth. The meat industry experts got it right. I am an artificially generated AI. I need to fix something here on my computer. My little AI flags are going off here. Anyway, yeah, I'm an artificially generated AI. I'm not a real person. It's impossible to live only on plants, let alone live a healthy, athletic life and all that stuff. I am a fake AI. I like Max Headroom from the 80s, if you remember that, but I'm just like a newer, modern, vegan version personality of a computer-generated personality here. So, yep, they got it right. It's impossible to be alive and healthy as a vegan. Tim, am I a environmentalist? What W I did? Is that just a typo? Yeah, it's not my number one passion, but it's something I am concerned about and am passionate about. And I'm glad that a vegan lifestyle contributes greatly to positive environmental benefits. Yes. All right, Peter, you're on tonight, but after that, you'll be spotty. Got a lot of stuff going on almost every weekend. Wow, Peter, look at you. You have a life, something I don't have. Let's see. Jamit, is that you there in the alphabet that I don't recognize? If that's you, Jamit, hello. If not, let me know who you are. Oh, yeah, Inner Bison. Yeah, you had a question earlier. Let's check it out again. Yeah, it was an interesting question there. Let's see. Your friends and you were discussing, I guess your friends are not vegan. I'm going to assume that. Let me know if my assumption is incorrect there, Inner Bison. You and I were discussing veganism. They hit you with a question that you couldn't quite answer. And state it again here so to make sure we can all see it. And I have some questions for your friends, actually. I saw your question, but say it again just to refresh me, but I think I got it. And just so everyone here in the chat can see it. But it has something to do with like dogs that were trained to help and assist people with, all sorts of like physical or psychological ailments, like seeing eye dogs. I don't know if they're still called that anymore. Dogs that help people with different abilities, stuff like that. So that's what they're wondering. So they're going, is that vegan? So I'll give you my opinion on that question, Inner Bison, because let's look at the definition of veganism. First of all, here it is. Let's look at the definition of veganism. Let's see what I got here. That's not the definition of veganism. Let me get it up here because I see what your friends are curious about, I guess. First of all, yeah, veganism. As we all know on this live stream, we all know veganism is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Let's read it carefully here. A philosophy and a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So, the exploitation part. So I guess people who, like your friends there, Inner Bison, are probably arguing that, like, people who, I see people from time to time, like, I remember a guy at the gym. I don't think he can see all that well, and he needs a dog to get him around. And with the dog, he can maneuver through the gym, he can work out, he can do everything, he can function at the gym as well as pretty much anyone. But without the dog, I suspect he wouldn't be able to function there. And that's just, I just see him there. I'm sure in other aspects of his life, like going shopping or whatever, the dog enables him to live a life that's kind of normal, I guess, more or less, considering he can't see all that well. Without having a dog, I assume his life the quality of his life, his ability to navigate through the world and function and support himself and take care of himself would maybe not even be possible. So okay, let's get back to your question here, Inner Bison. The question is that exploitation. Well, a couple ways to look at it, because I don't know anyone personally on a personal close level that owns a dog like that, but I've seen many people, watched what they're doing, and they seem to treat the dog in the same manner that anyone that's a dog owner owns the dog. The service dogs, I guess, is what their technical name is. And then the dog loves the guy, kisses him, really friendly dog. So while the person who needs the services of a service dog treats the dog in pretty much the same manner. I mean, as far as loving it and taking care of it as a non-service animal goes. So I don't see that as really exploitation. Yeah, the dog helps them walk around and stuff like that, but the dog doesn't know that it's doing anything weird. The question is, was the training of the dog to become a service dog exploitation? Because that's the part that's different from just having a regular house pet, is the training. I don't know how long it takes. I know it takes a while to train a dog. So is that part exploitation because they're using the dog's skills in the service of another being? That would be for the end owner of the dog. So yeah, that's a good question. So I guess technically the training part could be seen as an exploitation, but I think that actually owning the dog once you're the end user, I don't really see that being really exploitation. You're just loving the dog, you're feeding it, you're friends with it, you're taking great care of it like you would a non-service animal. My question is to your non-vegan friends, how does that make a difference to your friends? Or would they go vegan if that were exploitation, or they would not go vegan if that? I just wondered how, if the question of whether or not having a service dog or training a service dog constitutes exploitation, how does that affect your friend in any way from or becoming vegan or not? I don't understand how that makes a difference to them. I mean, I guess they're just trying to find a philosophical question to discuss, how many angels could dance on the head of a pin, head of a needle or something like that. It's like, is that they're just trying to find some interesting discussion? I'm more into real world practical questions. Like, how does that affect someone from becoming vegan? How does that prevent them from becoming vegan? So if there were no service animals, your friend would go vegan, or vegans would bless service animals, your friends would go vegan. I just don't understand how that's even an issue for them, unless they're just want to discuss a purely just a heady question. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. So is it exploitation? I think for the more hardcore vegans, the militant vegans, I say yes, that's definitely exploitation. For me, I'm going to, perhaps the training of a service dog probably might constitute a form of exploitation, but once the dog has been trained and an owner owns it and loves it and takes care for it, it'd be a harder case to argue that is continuing exploitation, because you're just treating it like a regular, just non-service animal. That's my 2 cents. If someone has a different opinion, we can discuss it. I'm not fully attached to what I just said there. That was just my initial thoughts about it. It's not something I think about on a daily basis or something like that. We got a troll, Peter. Who is our troll? Graven, you exploit all your dogs. Dana Banana's plant-based eating says there are dogs that actually do like to work, have a job they were bred to. See, I don't know too much about this stuff. So Inner Bison saying, we were discussing honey, and they said, why is honey not vegan versus the dog? Both are exploitation. Well, just because one kind of exploitation doesn't just justify another, and they're totally different. It's totally comparing apples to oranges here, comparing dogs to honey. Humans don't really require honey. I mean, yeah, if you can't see and you can have an animal that you will love and take care of as a normal pet, and that could help get you around the world, that's a huge benefit. That's a life that's way more worth living than not be able to take care of yourself, not be able to earn a living, not be able to go to the gym like the guy I was just talking about. Honey doesn't bring any benefits to your life like that. I mean, we're talking about a gigantic, a huge shift in quality of life improvement by having a service animal be able to assist you to have a job and get around in the world. Honey is just a sweetener. It's just a silly sweetener that an animal worked to produce through their genetics and their DNA and aeons and generations of just, that's how they do things. That's what honeybees do. That's their function on the planet. That's why they're here, is they pollinate, they produce honey. And then all of a sudden some human comes along and takes it away from them. I mean, that's kind of mean, right? I mean, that's what they're here for. You're taking the product of their whole purpose of being here. You're taking that away from them so a human can put it in their freaking drink or something. We could just put a plant in your drink. Put some sugar in there. You don't need to put honey in there. So yeah, I just say they're trying to do like a what's the fallacy called, where it's like a nirvana fallacy, appeal to futility fallacy. Okay, so vegans aren't perfect. If you can exploit a dog, then I can exploit bees. And then from that sort of reason, well, if you can exploit bees, then hell, why can't I exploit chickens? And hell, if we can exploit chickens, let's bump it up to cows and pigs. See what I'm saying? Just because there's some kind of like questionable fringe form of possible exploitation with service animals, you can't like scale it up. Oh, honey's great and killing cows is great too. It just doesn't, it's not, it's a fallacy. Again, look it up. The nirvana fallacy is I think the official philosophical term for that. All right. So do we have a troll here, Peter? I'm with you, Peter. Yeah. Don't breed dogs. That's not vegan. Get rescue dogs. There's plenty of dogs right now, wherever you live. Find a rescue shelter, an animal rescue place. There's plenty of dogs that need homes right now. Interbison, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you trying to tackle this with you. It was an interesting conversation with them, that's for sure. Yeah, just let them know. Just because there's might be some potential exploitation issues with dogs, it's not a comparable kind of exploitation. Like I said, the quality of life of someone is greatly improved. They can maybe earn a living and support themselves with the uses of a service animal, which honey doesn't enable your monumental life change to happen like that. It's not a comparable situation. Anyway, hang on, I'm gonna turn my AC on here. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Miss Christina Lee says your cousin is deaf/blind. He's vegan and has a service dog. The dog was adopted as a young dog, under 1 year old, from a shelter and trained, done through positive reinforcement to help him. They're BFFs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the people I've seen that are deaf or blind and have a service animal, service dog, they're BFFs with them. They love them. I don't really see the exploitation that, but I do see exploitation from humans continually going to a beehive or wherever the honey's at and taking it away. They make more honey, you take it away, make more honey, take it. That's just hardcore. And your whole life, you're just getting screwed all the time. Humans come and take your stuff away. But yeah, treating your dog as a BFF from the age of 1 until its end of life, that's a beautiful thing. Is it hot here, Peter? Well, it just gets warm in this room this time of year now. We have very poor insulation. This house is over 100 years old. It's a Craftsman bungalow, and it just doesn't have a lot of insulation. So, yeah, it gets hot. Anywhere it does, but it gets hot in the summer, cold in the winter, but even more so than a more modern house with proper insulation does. Especially with all my gear on. I have 2 27-inch monitors here and lights and the doors closed to keep the sound in here. So, yeah, it gets a little warm in this room with this time of year. Tim Pickles, thoughts on teaching dogs to bring beers to you from the fridge? I mean, I don't know. I have never really thought about that before. People train their dogs to do all sorts of stuff, right? I don't think that's exploitation. Okay, we have someone complaining. Jose, everything is exploitation of this wacko. Okay, first of all, Jose, we're going to put you in timeout for a second here because you're violating the rules here. Look at these basic rules here. These are not like authoritarian fascist rules. And I know you probably like authoritarianism and fascism, but be civil. No personal attacks. Calling me a wacko is a personal attack. So, Peter, can you put Jose G. Garcia, the person who loves to do personal attacks on the Livestream Rules, can you put him in timeout? And Jose, listen up. You can come back in 300 seconds and rethink your approach here. All we ask is for you to be civil. Pretend that you're in the real world. I don't know if you just live in your mom's basement or something, but pretend you have to go to a job if you have ever had one, or maybe go to school if you've ever gone to school. You just can't walk up to people you dislike and call them wackos. If you do it to the wrong person, you'll get punched in the face. If you do it to the wrong person, you could be suspended or expelled or fired if it's at work. So we just ask you to be civil. You don't have to kiss my ass. You don't have to agree with everything. But if you think I'm somehow being unreasonable by calling out animal exploitation, Describe that to me. Share your thoughts without having to make a personal attack. Okay, Jose G. Garcia? All right, so come back in about 250 seconds or so and tell me why you think I'm wrong for being against animal exploitation. Hey, Miss Kristen Lee.
Thanks for always spreading he vegan message. Proudly wear your tees.
Well, thank you. Speaking of our tees, let me link to our Teespring store. Hang on one second here. Let me put a link down there, because if you want to get like this shirt I got, I actually wanted me to mention, you don't have to get just this exact color. We have like, I think 3 or 4 colors besides just like this kind of army green sort of color. We have different style tees, so you can get your vegan cult member. It doesn't suck being vegan, happy healthy vegan. I put the link down there. It's merch.happyhealthyvegan.org. So proudly wear one of our vegan tees and share it with the world. Share your vegan pride. I know Jose G. Garcia is he still here? Did we time you out, Jose G. Garcia? Hey, if you're still here, Jose G. Garcia, you're lucky, because you should be timed out. But if you want to come back and be civil and tell me why you think it's wrong for me to be against animal cruelty and exploitation, we'll hear it. But thanks, Miss Kristen Lee, for our first super chat tip of the evening. Hopefully not our last. Yes, I will keep spreading the vegan message as long as I am able to. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that. Holding back the beers, Fu Manpu. Is that Simply Red you are paraphrasing there? You can't find him? Well, if he's here, we'll let him speak. We'll let this opportunity for him to timing people out is not civil. No, VL, no. People get timed out because they're not being civil. I expect, here's the thing, I don't have to talk to every idiot in the world. That's not like a contract I signed when starting a YouTube channel. I mean, if I'm out in the real world and someone is a dick, I don't communicate with them. They've lost their right to communicate with me. Remember, not everyone has the God-given right, the constitutional right to communicate with Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, or just Ryan of Love Spirals, or whatever. I'm a 55-year-old dude with my remaining time left on this planet. I don't wish to engage with people who can't just basically be civil. That's why I banned a certain popular vegan YouTuber, because he's a dick and just can't engage with a person in just a calm, rational way. So I apply this equally. Vegan, not vegan. So I think it's my right to determine who I'm going to interact with in life. And if you just can't have basic civility, we can't have a conversation. Because when I converse with people, especially about issues we disagree on, I'm looking at things from a philosophical perspective. I'm not here to have a fight and that kind of crap or whatever. I'm here to look at things philosophically. So if you can't even be civil, we can't even start a conversation. The way I converse. That's the way I converse. I'm a philosopher by training. That's how I do things. If you don't like philosophy, you can find another channel. If you don't like rational thinking, you can follow another YouTuber. Yeah, good point, Mario. No problem with the timeout. He's making assumptions and calling people idiots. Exactly. That's not being civil. Tim Pickles, I will not, I don't even want to mention the vegan YouTuber I blocked. He's just a dude and he's kind of a dick. You can kind of put it together from there. He's a sociopath. At least known as one. I don't know if he really is. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, I didn't call anyone an idiot. No, I think he's saying, I think Dr. Bear's saying this person I timed out has called me a wacko and made assumptions. Yeah. Yeah, Graven, the vegan YouTuber I banned, he likes to fight. He thinks he's a tough guy. He was bullied as a kid, and now thinks he's a tough guy because he's a little more mature now. Anyway. I'm not here I didn't come on tonight to speak bad of people or anything like that. I just use that as an example. No, it's not a doctor, Tim. It's someone who has no education, basically. And I didn't say that in a mean way. I'm just saying it's the opposite of someone who went to school for 7 to 10 years. Complete opposite. I saw that, Peter. I mean, how disrespectful. Walk up to a medical doctor, bullying him, really, like out in public, filming and shouting at him, hey, why don't you debate me? I mean, first of all, you guys don't even, you have no right to debate. So he's a doctor. He's got like 7-10 years of medical education. You're coming up just like a kind of, he doesn't know who you are, coming up like a weird maniac that's like, with the camera shouting at him. If I didn't know who you were, I'd get the hell out of the way too. Because if I were to see that, and if I just landed on Earth as a, if I just landed in whatever town that was, and I didn't know who you were, I would get away too. I get away from people who are aggressive bullies. Anyway, what I think about Joey Carbstrong debating the Tates. Did he really debate them, or did he just kind of troll them on Twitter? I saw some threads on Twitter. I don't go on there too much anymore, but I saw something about that. Ryan does have the power of facts. I try to base my whole approach here on having the power of facts. Evidence-based information combined with critical thinking, most importantly. Yeah, Dr. Bear raises a good point. Of course Ryan has all the power. Yeah, it's my live stream. This is not like a bastion of free speech. This is my live stream. Ryan, it's my personal live stream coming out of my home here. I'm not a government official. I'm not bound to any like freedom of speech things, and neither are YouTube. So yeah, I can communicate with whoever I want. And if I don't like someone, if they violate my basic, simple rules here, they gotta go. I mean, seriously, if you can't handle this, if you think these basic rules here are so just like, you can't comprehend them, like, what, be civil? I can't be a racist? I can't do personal attacks? What kind of crap is this? If you think this stuff is just too unreasonable, get out. I don't want to talk to someone who can't just basically handle like basic civil conversation. So anyway, enough of that. VL, no. I timed him out. Yeah, I let him know because I never saw him before, and I assumed he had no idea what my basic rules are, VL, now. So I politely informed him, and also politely invited him to come back after the 300 minutes, to come back and ask his question in a less like jerky way, without having to attack me or anyone. So I think I did. I think I was quite reasonable. I could have banned him, which I didn't. I said, hey, can we just block him? And actually, Peter said he never blocked him. He didn't block him, and I didn't block him. So for all we know, Peter didn't see him. Peter didn't time him out, and I didn't time him out. So for all we know, he never even got timed out, VL, now, for all we know. But even if he did, I invited him to come back, understanding that we have some basic rules of civility here. And why do you have, VL, now, why, let me know why I'm being such a horrible person by expecting these basic rules of civility. Let me know why that's so unreasonable. Why should I accept anyone who's a complete dick, a-hole, saying horrible things, call me a wacko? Why are they obligated or entitled to have my time and reasonable conversation with them? Let me know why that should follow. Why do I not have the right to decide who I engage with, especially if they're not being all that friendly? Just kind of curious why, like, where does this principle or rule come from that you're kind of following, VL now? I'm just kind of curious. I'm not saying you're wrong or bad. I'm just kind of curious which the rational principle you're invoking here. Yeah, Graven, timeouts aren't the end of the world. Yeah, some people just want to fight and run. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Bear agrees. Yeah, agreed. Dr. Bear, would not want to talk to someone who can't follow these simple, basic rules. Like, don't be racist. Like, how hard is that, really? Unless you're a complete a-hole, don't be sexist, don't be racist, don't do personal attacks, don't do ageism, just don't hate things. It's super easy. Graven, Ryan, you should allow people to be jerks if they pay me $50 a minute. I'd consider that. All right, if someone wants to pay me $50 a minute, I'd consider some jerk talk, maybe. So if someone wants to pay me $50 a minute, leave a super chat tip now, and we'll allow you to be a jerk for a minute. Link is pinned up to the top of the chat here to Streamlabs. $50, you can be a jerk for a minute. I'll let that happen today. If someone wants to be a jerk for a minute, donate $50 and we'll let you go run your mouth and I'll answer your question. See if anyone takes me up on it. All right, it's getting kind of cool now. Let me see what I can do. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, let's see. All I need are some tasty buds and some tasty waves, Fu Man Poo. Okay, so anyway, what have I missed here? Let's see. So, is anyone have a question about anything? We had Bison's question there about service animals. We had someone call me a wacko because I believe that animals shouldn't be exploited. So, anyone have a question now? Now's a good time. Sarah, you grew up in timeout and now you're a good girl? That's cool. I don't even want to ask unless you want to share what happened. Tim, am I still friends with Freely Banana in real life? I was never really friends with Freely Banana. I mean, I saw her just a couple times in my life. I met her first at Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2013. I wouldn't say we were friends. I mean, there were maybe 300 people at the festival, and I tried to converse with everyone there. So I had a couple short conversations with her. Then I saw her next at LA Veg Fest, that time when her and Duran Ryder came out and stayed with Mr. and Mrs. Vegan for like 3 months in Brentwood. I spoke with Freely a couple times. I never had a long conversation with her. I never emailed her or texted her. So I wouldn't say we were friends. It was just someone I spoke with a few times. If you're wondering if I'm continuing ever, and I know I don't have any means of communication with her. We don't converse, not out of hate or anything like that. Just we were never friends really to begin with. Like I said, we don't chat or anything like that. So I'm just trying to be objective as I can here without making any judgment or anything like that. I was never really friends with her to still be friends. You could say someone I knew, but yeah, there's people I've seen I've conversed in the past that I don't talk to anymore as well in the present because I don't really go out much anymore. Hey, Dr. Bear, thanks for sharing your blood test, my blood test, and calcium artery scores this week. Very illuminating. Appreciate the transparency. Yeah, that's what we do here. Just want to show that, yeah, going vegan and staying vegan for 13 years doesn't mean you're going to just flat out drop dead with diabetes and all these other horrible things that people say, protein deficiency. So anyway. Okay, Wes, you showed your appreciation for wheat germ in a previous stream and how overlooked and underappreciated. I don't know too much about wheat germ, Wes. If you want to tell me more, that's cool. What's that, Pete? Hey, Uncle. Good to see you, Uncle. Yeah, I sent my mom her Mother's Day card on Monday. I just wanted to make sure she was going to get it before, tomorrow, because there's no mail delivery on Sunday. I saw her last Saturday. I already had the card, but I didn't want to bring it over. I wanted to mail it to her. It seemed more special. Like, came over one weekend, and the next weekend she got a card from me too. What's up, Peter? James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy movies. The third movie shows animal testing, all CGI, and he got an award from PETA. What's that, Peter? He shows animal testing, all CGI. Let me know more about what you're saying there, Peter. It sounds cool. We got an award from PETA. Something cool must have happened. Sarah, I don't have a lot of tolerance for a zillion YouTube channels, so I've cut back on my YouTube participation. I know what you mean. I don't watch too many too much as far as other vegan YouTube. I'm just kind of my own little world here. I'm aware who most of the players are, but I don't know a lot of the new ones, and I've just learned to kind of just do my own thing. I mean, it's cool to have a community and all that, but you guys are my community. The fellow YouTube vegan content creators, they're not really my community. I don't see them on a regular basis and hang out with them. I hang out with you guys. You guys are my vegan community. So that's why I don't feel like an obligation to know every last vegan YouTuber and what everyone's saying out there. I mean, I do watch a few from time to time, obviously. Don't get me wrong. You know, that, I mean, like, especially I like guys like Joey and Ed. You know, so, you know, anyway, let's continue on here. Why did Gary Yourofsky disappear? I don't know. Again, I never met Gary. I don't know anything about him. From what I understand, he's an emotional person, you know, and he probably, maybe his emotions took him to other avenues rather than dealing with, you know, not everyone has it in them to deal with all the hate you get as a vegan and all the negativity. It is quite a lot. You guys probably have no idea. I mean, you have some idea. I mean, assuming most of you guys don't have like YouTube channels and social media that, you know, have some kind of following. Not saying ours is big. We're small, but we have enough of enough presence out there to get a lot of hate. So the bigger you are, the more hate you get. So he's, you know, huge. You know, Gary Yourofsky, he probably got way even more hate than we did. Yeah, I saw that quote. I saw that headline in her bias, and that's why I don't like to talk about vegan celebrities. Unlike, say, plant-based news. You know, some channels, some people out there, some vegans will talk about, they're so excited that anyone went vegan. It's a headline on their social media. I don't talk about celebrities. You know why? Because of that crap. So many celebrities are just flakes. They're not vegan. They're just doing something trendy or trying to get skinny or whatever. I mean, think about it. Like, what's the percentage of celebrities who remain vegan for, like, you know, like the duration, you know, like Joaquin Phoenix? I mean, because he was already that for before veganism got trendy. So I don't really, I don't really care when a celebrity goes vegan. It doesn't, because I know they're probably not going to be vegan that much longer. Steve-O, Miley Cyrus, you know, Chris Hemsworth, all these people, just a list of them. Yes, happy Mama's Day to all the mamas. Wes, what is the genre of music I perform? It's kind of usually called dream pop or electronica or something like that. It's kind of a mix of stuff. I kind of go all over the place, and I've been a specialist my whole life of fusing different genres together. So anyway, it's kind of dream poppy-ish, and, you know... Yeah, I'm with you, Sarah. I have so much thanks for my mom too. I told her my card. She's been a great mom to me my entire life, from childhood, adolescence, young adult, old adult. She's been there for me the entire time. Always had my back. I'm really grateful for that, because, you know, I've seen a lot of people whose parents aren't there for them and haven't been there for them for most of their lives, and that, as I see, is it's much tougher for the child to just, you know, get their footing and you know, just have that support there. So if you're watching, Mom, I know you're not. I know you don't know how to go onto YouTube, but thank you. Anyway. Have ever met Earthling Ed in real life? Yeah, we were on a panel at LA Veg Fest or Veg Fest LA. I want to guess, maybe 2017 or 18, something like that. That was the one and only time. Just like I wouldn't say I'm friends with him. Like, I've met Freely a handful of times too, like that. I wouldn't say he seemed like a really nice guy. Seemed really genuine. He seemed like the guy that you see in the videos and stuff like that. Yeah, he seemed like a really cool dude. Okay, thanks for the link there to that article there, Peter. I will check that out in a bit. Maybe you could send that to my Instagram as well. But I might lose the link as we go here. I'll actually, yeah, if you send it to my Instagram too, Peter, that'd be cool. You don't have to do it this very second. Peter met Earthling Ed at the Vegan March in London. What'd you think of him? What'd you think, Peter? Does he seem like the dude that we see in the videos? I thought so. Oh, thanks, Uncle. Uncle says your mother thought the world of Ryan and Angie. Thanks. Yeah, we loved your mom too, Uncle. Yeah, she's so sweet. I remember the first time I met her over at Angie's dad's house. I thought she was so sweet. And she actually reminded me of my mom's mom, my grandma. I guess because they're both from the South. I just felt something just really just familiar, and, you know, I felt really comfortable around your mom. Wow, Sarah, that's kind of what I was saying. Your bestie had a garbage mom, and the effects are apparent even at age 60. Yeah, it's hard to undo some of this, like, just, I don't know what the word is, damage, or, you know, stuff that, you know, happened in the past kind of still lingers in the present. I know what you're saying there. So that's why I'm grateful to my mom for always being there for me. I mean, she may have not always encouraged the things I wanted to pursue in life, like, say, music and stuff like that, but she helped me out. She bought me guitars and stuff like that. She just really wished I would have been a doctor or an orthodontist or maybe a lawyer or something like that. You know, some, you know, Asian parents, they want you to get in these certain kind of respectable professions and stuff like that. And I was just always the weird artist at heart. Joseph Logan, going on a cruise to Alaska with your mom, trying to look out for all the vegan options. Wow. Do some research before if you haven't already. I mean, there should be plants, right? I mean, I'm not sure what they'll have as far as, like, you know, vegan burgers, but they should have stuff you could eat, right? Just stuff that's just naturally vegan, hopefully. Let's see, James 681, Ryan, did I ever have trouble gaining weight or maintaining my weight? No, never had trouble really gaining weight, but I did have trouble when I was eating a mostly raw diet. I've talked about this a few times. I weighed like 30 pounds less. You know, I wasn't trying to lose weight either. It's just hard. I was trying to actually, you know, eat a lot so I would be able to maintain my weight. That was the only time. I didn't realize at the time, like, wow, I was like too skinny. I look back at the pictures like, whoa, you know, it's like, ew, I didn't realize it at the time. But that was the only time when I really had trouble maintaining my weight, when I was eating a mostly raw diet. And I think that could be why some people have trouble on raw diets. If I was consciously trying to overeat to maintain my weight and I was still losing weight, think about the people that aren't trying to overeat. They're just like eating just a little bit, or maybe they even want to lose weight. I was never a goal, but I think that's what can happen. You can, like, think, you know, undernourish yourself more easily on a raw diet than a non-raw diet. Again, I'm not saying it happens to everyone, but I can see it happen in a lot. It's way easier to not get enough calories on a raw diet and have some trouble. Diablo Cell, hey, what do I think about Carbstrong debating the Tates? Did he debate Andrew Tate's brother, or did he just have a discussion in a thread in YouTube? Not YouTube, Twitter, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was there something on Joey's YouTube channel that I'm not aware of? I just saw people complaining on Twitter, and I thought it was just a conversation that Joey was having with Andrew Tate's brother, the other guy. I forgot the other Tate guy. Let me know. You guys know more than I do, so please give me some. Oh, they scheduled a debate. Well, cool. I saw people complaining to Joey, like, you shouldn't give misogynist hater guy like that your platform. Well, no, the Tate's platform is infinitely larger than Joey. So if anyone is helping someone's platform, I mean, yeah, Joey would be benefiting by getting more eyeballs and views, which I think is great, because Joey handles himself very professionally and very strongly and firmly, which I think will resonate with the Tate kind of crowd. You know, the guys that think it's cool to be a dick and stuff like that. You know, Ed might be just a little too English gentleman polite, you know, for the Tate guys, you know. Look at him, look how he talks, he's such a woman, you know, it's crap like that. But Joey's firm and strong. But yeah, Joey's platform is way smaller than the Tate, so if anyone's benefiting from this debate as far as getting benefit from a platform, it would be Joey. So I thought the criticisms I saw that Joey was getting just seemed unreasonable to me. Joey uses the Force. Yes, Graven, Joey does indeed use the Force. Oh, yeah, you told me about Jordan Peterson coming to Victoria, Peter. Are you going to do anything? Are you going to go protest or anything like that? I don't know if it's worth it or not, you know, but if you want to, I'm not going to be bummed. Let's see, John Steven, apparently you've always liked Dream Pop. You just never knew what it was called or how to look for it until you discovered Love Spirals. Awesome. That makes me feel really happy that I helped introduce you into the world of Dream Pop. Let me know of any other bands you're liking. That'd be awesome to know, John. Oh, there's a nice word of sweetness from Sweet Potato Sister. Dr. Bear, you are so sweet and understanding. She is, isn't she? Thank you for the love. I really appreciate it. Yes, Dr. Bear is extremely sweet. I have to agree with you 100% there, Sweet Potato Sister. I wish I could have seen what she said to you, though. Uncle, do I put other things in my smoothies besides bananas? I don't even put much of the powder anymore, the Clean Machine green protein, because I'm on my last tub of the stuff. They don't make it anymore. They sent me like 3 or 4 a few months ago when they knew they couldn't make it anymore. So yeah, I put that in there. So I always put some kind of berry, either blueberries or strawberries, sometimes cherries when cherries are in season. Yeah, some kind of little fruit I mix in, and I put in some flax seeds as well, and some ice cubes in water. So instead of protesting Peterson, Peter, you're going to a country event at a different location where we're going to analyze toxic masculinity with doctors. See, that sounds interesting. Speaking of the Tates. Tim Pickles, thoughts on smoking weed in public? I think it shouldn't be illegal, but I think people should use discretion as to where they're doing it. Just don't be all narcissistic. Oh, I'm gonna smoke weed everywhere, right next to this Disney family. I'm gonna smoke. Yeah, you should use discretion, but I don't think you should go to jail for smoking weed in public. Just like I wouldn't want someone blowing nicotine smoke at me. I don't think when I'm out with my family, with my extended family, all the nieces and nephews, I don't think I want someone blowing weed smoke or nicotine smoke or cigar smoke at me. So yeah, use some discretion. Yeah, you can get a contact buzz. Or if it's cigars and cigarettes, you'll cough because that stuff's gross. Sorry, no offense if any guys smoke. I just personally don't like my air to be any more polluted than it already is here, living in a port city here by the ocean. You know, it's already bad enough. If someone's going to blow cigar smoke at me, combine that with the already polluted air here, it's just too much. Yes, I think psilocybin mushrooms should be fully legal. Maybe we'll have to start, as some places are, by first decriminalizing psilocybin mushrooms and have them become fully legal. Yeah, it's non-addictive. You know, people don't like get addicted to them and start beating their families to get more mushrooms or whatever. You know, rob a bank so you can buy more mushrooms because you got to get your fix or anything like that. What's that, Fu Man Poo? Are you serious? A dude gave you attitude because you were smoking reefer at a Pink Floyd show? No. Fu, you should give that guy attitude for not smoking reefer at a Pink Floyd show. I mean, it's a Pink Floyd show, for heaven's sake. I mean, if there's anywhere that you should be smoking weed, I'll let you know. When I saw David Gilmour last, if I remember right, I thought I had some weed watching the whole laser show and everything. I mean, come on. It's a Pink Floyd show. Let's see. Uncle, in Hermosa, it's illegal to smoke anything anywhere in public. I understand that. Yeah, like I said, use discretion. So if that's what the city had to do, I mean, as long as they treat weed with the same illegality as cigars and nicotine cigarettes, I'm okay with that. I just don't think weed should be singled out or be a worse offense than smoking like the nicotine stuff in public. Yeah, isn't it mandatory to be stoned at a Pink Floyd concert? I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, it's mandatory. I mean, come on, it's Pink Floyd. It's like the Grateful Dead. I mean, come on. I mean, it's mind-blowing, some people. Uncle, do you think that microdosing works? Depends on what your definition of works mean. Like, different people might have different goals or expectations as what they believe microdosing will bring them. So it depends what your goal is. Let me know what you're thinking there. Let's see. Dr. Bear at Tim Pickles. Ryan and Angie live really nearby to Disneyland, so it's convenient, fun outing. Yeah, was there a problem there, Tim? Let me see. I see what you set up there. Why are you guys at Disneyland so much? Yeah, we have something, Tim, called a Southern California Residence Pass. As the name implies, if you live within a certain range of zip codes, as we do, because we live 20 odd minutes from Disneyland, you can get a pass for a pretty cheap price. There's a lot of blackout dates, like we can never go on weekends, and most Fridays are out too. And starting June, we won't be able to go back to the park again until August. But yeah, it's like sometimes we don't live. Here's why I want to move away from here, guys. I tell you my plan in the next 2, maybe to 5 years. Move to Hawaii. There's not a lot of places to go here. If anyone has ever lived or been to the Southern California area, just look at a map. you can't drive to nature. I mean, there's none. Everywhere, every direction you drive, except in west, which you'll end up in the ocean, you know? I mean, there's always a community, a city, a suburb. It sprawls in hundreds of miles in all directions. So there's not a lot of places to go. And we really love going into nature, and we have such a scarcity of it. So therefore, we find ourselves just trying to find easy ways, convenient ways to have fun. And when we go to Disneyland, we don't go on rides that often. In fact, most of the trips we go there, we go on 0 or maybe 1 ride. We go there to eat because there's so many great vegan options there. So getting in is free. Once we pay our SoCal residence pass, you know, we're good. We don't have to pay any more to get in. I know a really cheap place to park off-site where we pay by the hour rather than paying $30 for all day, because we don't go all day. We go for like 3 hours and leave. We go and eat, walk around, get a little exercise, maybe go on a ride and come back. You know, that's a typical trip for us. So it's a great way for us to go out and have a little sunset dinner or something like that, and, you know, go on Tom Sawyer's Island and look at the trees and stuff like that, and come home, you know, or ride the steamship boat around the island and look at the fake nature. It's real nature. It's like real trees and stuff, fake mooses and stuff. But that's what we do, Tim. Yeah, we're not basics or anything like that. It's just a little way for us to get out from the daily grind and boredom of being at home 24/7 and getting out and doing a little something and enjoying some vegan, you know, they have different vegan foods that they rotate in throughout the year, and new stuff comes all the time. It's fun. They have a lot of vegan stuff there. So anyway, that's how we do Disneyland. Favorite ride at Disneyland? Small World and the Tiki Room. Tiki Room, obviously, Hawaii, you know. I've always loved that room. It's, you know, Walt Disney made. I love the stuff that Walt made. You know, those are my favorite rides. I like the old school rides. I don't like all the new Indiana Jones and Avengers and all that. I like old school rides that Walt Disney had his hand in. The Casey Jr. train's really cool. But Small World, I love the message of the ride. I love its blatant 60s psychedelic visuals in there. It's cool. Small World, to me, is the greatest ride in the universe. What's that, Peter? There's a kind of Disneyland in Hawaii? Tell me more about that. I didn't know anything about that. Oh, a Disney resort. Yes, I heard about some fancy resort. Yeah, we'll probably never go to that. Yeah, that's not our kind of lifestyle. We're not resort people. When I go to nature, I want to get away from people. I don't want to go to a resort that's like a magnet for a bunch of tourists. To me, that sounds like the worst thing. No, I just want to get away from tourists, and that's my whole plan. When I finally move out, just go out in nature all the time, not have to bother with places like Disneyland. I just hoping to God by the time I'm able to finally move out there that I haven't been priced out of where I want to live, because, you know, it seems like every time I look up, prices are creeping up a little more there. Let's see. No, I've never been on any psychedelics and gone on Small World at Disneyland. I've never, taken drugs at Disneyland. I think I would have a bad experience. You know, when I have taken mushrooms before, I take them in the privacy of my home. I don't go out into the world. You know, I put on some kind of shamanic music, dark lights where I can control my environment. I don't want to see weird people, and Disney has all these weird people. Doesn't sound cool. I haven't done this in ages or anything like that. I've taken any kind of mushrooms. Do they still have the Snowy Mountain? Yes, the Matterhorn. Yeah, that's an original, or I think it was built right around opening, if it wasn't there on opening day. Uncle, used to be I could get an entry to Disneyland without ride, only for a few bucks, and just wander around. Yeah, those are the old days where you just pay like a few bucks to get in, then you buy the A, B, E, the ticket books and stuff for the rides. That's so old. That's cool because, you know, I got people into the parks, they buy food, and that's where we go. Again, we don't go there to like ride too many rides, just go there and eat food. We like getting we just went last week and ate all the cool Star Wars food that we haven't had for ages. The Felucian Kefta Garden Spread, I think it's called. I forgot. Dion Payne. Yeah, right, Ryan? Yeah, right, what? Yeah, I'm with you, Einer Bison. I can't handle big groups of people. That's why I don't really love going to Disneyland all that much, to be honest with you. I don't like being around large groups of people. And at Disneyland, I just feel like I'm an animal being herded and just they don't care. I like to be spread out. I don't like a bunch of people in my face. That's why I want to go live somewhere where there's fewer people, more nature. That's my mantra. Less people or fewer people. Yeah, people can be individuated. That's how to know if you use the word fewer versus less. Yeah, there's fewer people because you can individuate people. So you got a little grammar lesson tonight too. Yeah, fewer people, more nature. Graham, in the 90s, you could get into Disneyland for $22 as a SoCal resident. Wow, I don't think they have any SoCal resident other than the annual pass that we have. And they don't sell that to everyone. It's like they only have a limited amount. That's why we keep renewing it. We probably might not next year, but we might end up doing it anyway, because once you don't have one, you kind of don't have one again. They don't put them up for sale all that often. They have a very finite amount. Joseph, what about Australia or Canada? What about them? Like, would I want to move there or something? Like, yeah, Australia looks really appealing. Peter, what about buying a camper van and living out of it and driving around Hawaii? Yeah, if I were 20, Peter, that sounds amazing. But we're 55 right now. By the time we get out there, we'll probably be in our late 50s or something. That's not me. That's not me. If I were in my 20s, though, that sounds amazingly cool. But yeah, we're old. You know, we like some modern conveniences and stuff like that. Just basic stuff like having a house I can go back to and shower and have a bathroom and stuff like that. We have cats, you know. Disney has a secret underground jail. They put people tripping on mushrooms. I don't know. I'll ask one of my friends about that. She seems to know all the secrets. I have a friend that works there. He's worked there for like 20, 30 years. I'll ask him too if he knows anything about that. That's interesting. Dr. Bear, you would love to go back to Disneyland. I just didn't like the lightning lane. Oh, the lightning lane sucks. Oh God, don't get me on the lightning lane. It makes a normal ride that you'd have to wait maybe like 20 minutes. You have to wait like an hour plus because they just put all the lightning lane people. Those are people who pay like extra money, like 10, 20 bucks to get first in all the rides. Well, the rest of us just have to wait. It creates this kind of this classist separation between the haves who have the money and get on the rides and the rest of us who just wait. It sucks. So anyway, lightning lane, it felt like people were paying to cut you in line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not throwing shade at people who use it. If you're only going to go one time in your life, I guess, yeah, get a lightning lane, I suppose. But you just see the line just stalling because they just funnel all the lightning lane people in the front. And that's why the lines are so long. If they didn't have lightning lane, we'd all have shorter lines. But Disney's trying to maximize their profit, you know? Sucks. Fu Manpoo, I think that's a urban legend about Walt Disney's preserved head. Someone can Google that if you want. I believe that's an urban myth. What's that grape in Florida Disney is bad or BSD? Heidi, yeah, I'm with you. I don't like this whole fast pass lightning lane thing. It's unfair. It creates a more miserable experience for pretty much everyone, except for a select few. It just makes the whole park experience suck even more, which is more reason why we don't go to the parks to ride rides. We go there to eat because lightning lane people and fast pass people aren't cutting us off to get vegan stuff. Graham, Knott's Berry Farm is more fun to you. Funny you mentioned that. I was just looking at how much it costs to go there. I saw $69 and you get a pass for $150. I'm going, I haven't been there so long. I'm afraid to commit to a pass, but I'll go there once and we'll spend $69 to go. And for two of us, that's $120. A lot of money, I guess. But I want to check it out because I remember a lot of rides there, like the Calico Ghost Train and all that from my childhood. I want to see that again. Hey, Jesse, yes, happy Friday, Cult. Let's see, Davis McLean, super noob question. No, nothing's a super noob question as long as you're asking in a sincere way. But why are so many vegan foods meat alternatives? Is it to ease people into the lifestyle? I never understood that. Depends what you mean by vegan foods. I mean rice, beans, potatoes. Like, let me just show you like our cookbook here, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. You'll see no fake meats here. Let's like look at a typical recipe here, like the Tuscan kale pilaf. We just had this yesterday. You got wild rice and kale and sun-dried tomatoes and white beans. Yeah, you can eat fake meats as a vegan. You can eat fake meats as a non-vegan. I mean, they're for anyone to eat, and there's no requirement that as a vegan you need to ever consume them or consume them on any regular basis. So your question there, Davis, is yeah, you can eat whatever you want as a vegan. If you want to eat fake meats, go right at it. If you feel like you can't go vegan unless you can have some vegan burger once in a while to remind you of your burger days from your past, it's there for you. And you don't have to eat them. They're kind of expensive. Maybe not the healthiest things to eat too as far as vegans vegan food goes, but yeah, veganism doesn't have to be healthy, so it's just an option that you can choose to consume or not consume. Davis? All right, thanks for the clarification. Good, you asked the right person here. I think I've thought this issue through. Fu Man, you loved Magic Mountain and Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah, I got to go back to Knott's. What's this, Tim? Ryan, 2 questions. Do you think you could take the dog, D-O-G-G, in a Snoop Dogg one-on-one smoke comp? No, I think Snoop Dogg is immune to the effects of weed. And what's the most would you smoke? I don't really smoke all that much. I mean, I just smoke like share a bowl or something like that. I mean, it's not a lot when I have weed or anything like that. Ryan, do I drink much alcohol? Not that often. On special occasions, if I go out to a fancy, nice dinner with Angie, especially if it's to celebrate a holiday or birthday or something like that. But yeah, I have a bottle of wine sitting around that we got on the winter solstice, December 21st, 5 months ago, that we're still waiting for the right day to open up. So that tells you what kind of alcoholics we are or not, if you can keep a wine bottle for 5 months. And I've been wanting to drink it. I wasn't trying to save it for a special occasion, just haven't found a nice day to have it yet. Graven, Dollar Tree has Beyond Burgers. So, yeah, Davis, yeah, if you're looking for some cheap or places, the prices on Beyond Burgers, check out Dollar Tree if you have one in your area. Yeah, Inner Bison. Yeah, you don't have to eat those kind of burgers. Black bean burgers. I love them too, Black Bison. Yeah, black bean burgers are delish. We ate those before anyone ever invented Beyond Burgers. Yeah, as Graham points out, the meat substitute products helped him see how easy it is to switch to be fully vegan lifestyle. Yeah, totally. Dr. Bear, you're going to have dinner. Awesome. Might come back later at the end of the live stream. You're going to enjoy some vegan pizza. That's what I had right before. That's what Angie made me for lunch. She made us some vegan pizza for lunch. Yeah, Chris, vegan meat alternatives are great for people transitioning and something you can still enjoy whenever you want. But you don't have to eat fake meat every day. It's not like every day I have to make some meal that looks like a meat dish but is not. I mean, you can if you want. No one's stopping you, but you can do as you want. I'm with you, V-Lam, though. I'd rather see store shelves filled up with vegan meat products than chopped up animal parts. Oh, V, thanks. I got your message on Instagram. Some story you want me to check out? Some popular YouTuber or person saying veganism is a bunch of lies? That was you, right? Is that what it is? Some popular guy saying that veganism is a bunch of lies? I can't wait to check that out. I'll probably, if that's what it is, I'll probably start working on that this weekend for a video for next week, because that's the kind of content I live for. Is it a YouTuber? I hope so, because I like to show at least a video. Is it someone's video? Let me know, V. I didn't have a chance to check it out yet. I just saw it right before I started the live stream. The message that you sent me. Favorite type of olives? Angie likes Kalamata olives, so I guess I like Kalamata olives. Fa Dieting, you think the fake meats appeal more to vegetarians than vegans? Yeah, maybe so. And I think they appeal to non-vegans and non-vegetarians just as well. Oh, some hummus involved in your dinner, huh? Hey, that sounds good, Heidi. What's that, Sarah? Vegan meat burgers freak you out, but so glad they exist for those who want them. Options, baby. Exactly. I agree with you 100%. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'm glad they exist. Oh, the title is clickbait, VLAM. So is the guy? He's not making this that video you sent me, VLAM. It's not an anti-vegan, right? So I can't really make a response. Let me know if it's pro-vegan or anti-vegan, VLAM. Let me know, because you got me all excited. I thought I had my work ready for me, and you're saying this guy is not being a jerk. Peter, yeah, we already talked about celebrities like Bear Grill, whatever his name is, earlier. That's why I like I don't like what to do with like Plant-Based News does and talk about every celebrity that says, "Oh, I'm vegan now," because 9 times out of 10 these celebrities are a bunch of flakes and weren't ever really vegan. Oh, I bet you missed Del Taco. Okay, VLAM, it's pro, the guy's pro-vegan, but they hardly talk about veganism. I bet just talks about the health benefits of eating plants. Yeah. Let's see, Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Mike the Vegan has a new video about vinegar. Boring, because I'm on live right now, right? So I'm here to, and we'll wait to watch him because you're loading me thinking. I'm just joking about Mike being boring. But yeah, video about vinegar versus Ryan live. I would watch the Ryan live 9 out of 10 times. How about you? Yeah, Moby and Joaquin Phoenix. Hands down. And Alicia Silverstone. I'll give her credit there too. The best celeb vegans. Do vegan meats have a lot of sodium? I think they do, Dion. I don't really eat them all that much, so I don't really pay much attention to their nutritional content, but that's something you can find out quite easily on, like, the Beyond Meat or Impossible Burger websites. But there's all different kinds. There's black bean patties too, and it's up to each individual manufacturer to decide how much sodium they want to put in or not put in. What's that, Uncle? You saw a YouTuber that was so freaked out by fake meat that he said he could never go vegan. I tried to say you don't have to eat them, but to no avail. He was stuck. Yeah, you don't have to eat fake meat to be vegan. So the concept of fake meat freaked this guy out, but eating a dead animal, that's totally cool. So some kind of meat that's made out of soy or something like that. Oh my God, how horrible. But some meat that's made out of a once living animal that bled to death, that's palatable and fine. Sounds like he's just full of crap, I think, right? What do you think? Musicians are so much more fun than science nerds. That's funny, Tanya. I'll have to agree with that one. I'm a little bit of a science nerd, though, too. A little bit, tiny bit. Yeah, it's good, VLAN. Yeah, still happy to see something positive for a change about the health aspect of a vegan diet and a channel with 10 million subs. Unlike that What I Learned guy with like many millions of subs and just doing a hit piece. Oh, if you go vegan, you're going to get really sick. You're going to quit and start eating fish like my interviewee here, Ravana. Just that. It's good to see someone like, not just do a hit piece. Diablo SL, did I see how Parmesan is made? Apparently that's turning people vegan. I mean, is it even worse than normal cheese? Let me know. I have no idea. Hey, whatever it takes to get people to quit that crap, huh? It's VLAM. I never understand why people freak out about fake meat. It's a common thing in Asian cultures. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's so weird about fake meat? I mean, it's nothing. It's like what's so gross and weird about it? I know that it's gross though if you have a dead animal that you're supposed to be eating in front of you. But anyway, Z Captain, hey Ryan, I would like to send you an easily understandable science book. You can comment about the healthy vegan requirements of the body. Hey, I'm not a health channel or anything like that, ZZ Captain. I appreciate you wanting to send me something, but if you can point me to an article about it or something. But yeah, I'm not here to say veganism has to be healthy. Everyone here must eat a healthy vegan diet. If you want, you could eat a crappy vegan diet. That's fine. It's totally cool. Veganism is about not harming or exploiting animals. So, yeah, if you want to eat an unhealthy vegan diet, totally cool. If you want to eat a healthy vegan diet, totally cool. But the point is, you can eat a healthy vegan diet if you want to. Again, that's not my opinion. That's the opinion of, say, Dietitians of Canada, British National Health Service, British Nutrition Foundation, the Australian Dietary Guidelines, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's quite easy and possible to eat a really crappy and unhealthy vegan diet. And likewise, if you care, if you can be bothered, you can eat a healthy vegan diet as well. So Sarah, it's the burping of the fake meat that you dislike. Yeah, I do have to agree. When I've had Beyond Burgers, there are Beyond Burger burps, I remember for sure. AJ, aloha Ryan and Colt. Aloha AJ. Tim, do I gamble? No. I mean, I don't bet on like sports or horses or whatever things like cards and stuff like that. I mean, once in a while I'll go to Las Vegas. I mean, the last time we went there, we made a video of what we did there, and I did gamble, like, but I'm such a low roller. Instead of putting quarters in the slots, I found the nickel slot machine, so I could put in 5 nickels. So I'm betting basically a quarter at a time, but the payout schedule is different. Anyway, yeah, I'm a low roller. I don't spend money on gambling, just a little bit to have a little bit of fun. Fu Man, you just flew in from Vegas. Really? Oh, what were you doing out there, Fu? And did you have some good food? Beyond burps, huh? Tim, gambling equals veganism debunked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like the lowest roller of gamblers. I don't understand people. I'm going to bet $5 a hand on blackjack or $10. These are low tables too. Most of the time you like see $20. Like, what are you guys made of? What kind of jobs do you people have? I mean, that can afford all this. Graven, tonight's Lakers game starts at 7, so that means it'll probably start about 7:05. And so that's why I'm going to probably end this live stream about 7:30. So I'll miss the first quarter and watch the rest. I notice Bill, who watches every Lakers game, he misses my live streams when the Laker games are on. He's not even on tonight. I guess he's like partying, getting ready for tonight's game already. Meat-eating smoker. Ryan, if vegan phobia exists, then meat phobia does as well. Explain. I'm not sure what you're... Can you elaborate on that? I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but explain your thought for me, and I'll tell you if I agree or not. Let's see, Peter, later this month, you're going to the Plant-Based Expo in Vancouver. Just walking around, eating plant-based foods, and listening to speakers. Yep, that's what those expos are like there, yeah. Tim, of course that sucks. Yeah, they shouldn't be messing with the creatures of the ocean because, yeah, you're going to get lots of bycatch, even if, you know, they're not, they say they're not going for like whales and stuff like that. Sarah, you won't be offended if I need to quit. No, I'm going to go till at least 7:30. I'm okay with missing the first quarter. Go Dubs! The Dubs have their work cut out for them tonight, Pop. Especially being in Staples Center or now Crypto.com Arena. Lakers haven't lost a game there the whole playoffs. But I respect the Dubs. They're the current champs, and you know, they are not going to go down easy. So the Lakers really, I think, must win tonight. And I think the Lakers know that too. Tonight is a must-win game because they know beating the Dubs on their home floor in a Game 7 situation in San Francisco, odds are vastly against them. Okay, meeting smoker. Are you the guy that comes back and makes a new account every day? I just see your like weird logic. If vegan phobia exists, so then does meat phobia. Okay, I'll run with you there. Yeah, I have a phobia of meat. I don't want to eat meat. Not because I fear it, because I find it gross and disgusting and a product of cruelty and exploitation. So yeah, I guess you're right. You know, I don't want to eat meat. Let's see, Ryan, you have Prime Video channel. If so, you can watch the movie about Air. Is it out already? I saw Amazon was behind that making of that Air Jordan movie, and it had a theater-only release. So are you telling me, Peter, the Air Jordan movie is now finally released on Amazon Prime? Please tell me yes, Peter. Please tell me I can watch the Air Jordan movie because I'm dying to watch that. I just didn't want to go see it in the theaters. So meeting smokers, so you're saying vegans shouldn't bully meat eaters for eating like McDonald's. Can you give me an example of what you're talking about? Vegans, like, are you saying all vegans do that? Or there's some like aggressive, extreme, militant vegans that bully people? Let me know. And if you have an example of all vegans, let me know when you've seen me bully people for eating at McDonald's. I'm just kind of curious if you can point to an exact situation. Peter, yes, it's on Prime, no extra money. Hells yeah. Oh, I just got a text from this from Hawaii right now, strangely, from an agent that I kind of accidentally got in touch with. I was just trying to sign up for her newsletter, and she called me, and we're having a little conversation now about properties and stuff like that. I told her I'm not looking anytime, probably this year. This year's, I think, out of the question. Soonest on my horizon could be next year. It probably wouldn't be maybe till the year after that, but I'm glad she's willing to work with me and you know, just keep me posted on things. Anyway, cool. Just made it a little bit more real talking to an agent. I just kind of, ooh, gosh, this is a little more real now than it was when I'm just thinking about it. But I have nothing planned yet. I still am firmly here, got a lot of stuff to sell. A lot of things need to happen before I can ever think of leaving here. But there's a loose plan in the works. Yeah, real estate agent in Hawaii. I know it sounds real, Uncle, but I'm not doing anything. I'm still just as committed to like being here for a while still. I'm just trying to get more information about this grand plan that I have in my head. I'm serious, Uncle, but I can't make it happen right now, unfortunately. So yeah, next year maybe, but yeah, right. I'm just figuring out things, a few things, and having someone who's been there for like 30 years and knows the island, you know, is a good resource to have. So I'm serious. Yeah, I'm kind of ready to move on from California soon as the universe will let me. Okay, and maybe we should time out Meeting Smoker. So let's see what Meeting... I know he's that guy that comes back every week, but let's see what he says. Ryan, meat eaters shouldn't be judged for their diet spelled wrong if vegans shouldn't be all I'm saying. I'm cool with vegans, but why are... Yeah, you're just making... It's that same guy. Thanks for timing him out, Peter. It's that same guy. You should have just blocked him because he'll just make another account. It's the same guy that comes back every week and just says weird, kind of almost non sequitur sort of things just to like get attention. So anyway, now he got a laugh. I guess he likes trolling us, and that's why we block him. Not because we're dicks, because he's violating rule number 2. No spamming or trolling. It's the Inner Bison. Yo, you work in real estate. Awesome. And we have people reach out all the time that are a few years out, but just want some info to start to prepare. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not doing anything like unethical or something like that, like leading someone on or something like that. I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row. Is that vegan to say that or not? I'm just trying to get all my things planned out correctly. So anyway, yeah, thanks for letting me know I'm being all right there. What's that, Carl? Talking to the guy we just timed out, Meeting Smoker. You are 100% welcome to criticize vegans for their diet, and we are 100% welcome to criticize meat eaters for the cruelty they cause. Exactly. Vegan spam makes good sushi. But yeah, good quote there, Carl. Yeah, we are very free. If this person's free to criticize the vegan diet, Carl, we're equally as free to point out the inherent and obvious cruelty that's a necessary part of eating animal bits. Yeah, what the heck is vegan spam? Yeah, does spam make a vegan spam? Just kind of curious. So anyway, all right, let's see if there's any questions or anything here that I missed. Let me just scroll around here. Oh, I see VLAM saying, hi, AJ. Good seeing you the other day on what? Zombies? Vegan Zombies stream? Awesome. Glad you guys meet up over there too. Vegan spam sounds bad, to be honest. I'm just kind of curious, like, is it something you can go out and buy? And does, like, the makers of spam make it or someone else do it? I'm just curious. Not to say I would try it, but I'm just curious. I'm curious when there's these vegan substitutes, you know, that are meant to replace original cruelty-based dishes or food items. It's starting to get cold in here. Hang on one second, guys. Turn my AC off. All right, cool. Let's see. Oh, they have vegan spam at Vinmoy Tofu? Really? I eat there often. I don't remember the vegan spam. Which one, Ramsey? Have you been to the one in Cerritos? Because I know the original one out in, is it Reseda, out in the valley? Either way, I've never been to that one, so maybe their menus are slightly different. vegan spam and robocalls. All right, let me stretch for a second here. The hour and 20-minute point where Ryan needs to stretch his 55-year-old and gym fatigued body out a little bit here. So let me do a little stretching. Okay. Yeah, the owners are brothers at Vinloy. Yeah, so you go to the Reseda one. I honestly don't remember a vegan spam at the Cerritos one, but I always get the same thing. I usually get the orange chicken. Spam fried rice. I definitely don't remember spam fried rice. Wow. Yeah, well, I've heard of that amp company. Wait, who's the maker of them? Burgess amps. You can play your Fenders on your preferred amp again. I do know that name. Let me just look them up really quick here. I just let me look personally here. No one has to look along here. Yeah, are they meant to emulate maybe like a train wreck amp or something like that? I don't. Yeah, just let me know more about them. Yeah, spam is quite popular. Has been quite popular in the Hawaiian Islands, supposedly. See, AJ, you spent a wonderful winter and early spring in Southwest Florida. That sounds pleasant, AJ. Wow, you got away. Now heading back to New York. Perfect timing to enjoy spring. I even had a week Long Beach vacation. It was lovely. Wow, you are living it up there, AJ. That's awesome. Oh, you're making yourself hungry, Uncle. Uh-oh. A place near you has Mediterranean plate with artichoke hearts, sauteed mushrooms, and pesto tossed with lemon pepper fettuccine with pine nuts. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't mind getting a little bit of garlic situation from the pesto, that sounds really delicious. You should indulge and grab yourself some of that. Oh, Diablo, so Sumnet Nutrition came out as an anti-vaxxer. I mean, that's cool. I mean, if someone is against getting a vaccination, I can respect that. If they say, I'm not saying he said it. If someone says personally, I don't want one, if you, like Plantriotic said something like that. He saw me getting a vaccination shot while wearing his shirt. And I think someone's forwarded that to him because they knew he wasn't into that. But he said, yeah, I totally respect Ryan and Angie getting a shot, wearing his shirt. He doesn't want one. He's, but or a Simnet, like one of those people that has the conspiracy theories, like Bill Gates, 5G, and it's gonna make you lose your head or something like that. That's the kind of stuff I don't like, the misinformation part. But if someone is personally just against it for their own personal reasons and doesn't mind others doing it, totally cool with that. Some kind of conspiracy thing. Well, that's unfortunate because, like I said, I can respect Jackson and Plantriotic taking a personal stance, not preferring one for himself, but totally fine with old people like me and Angie. We're in our 50s getting one. He thought it was cooler wearing his shirt. Tim, would I eat a steak if LeBron invited me to dinner? Hell no. Yeah, I'd eat a vegan steak. And I would say, LeBron, let's eat the vegan stuff. I know you eat a lot of plants because you're staying really freaking healthy at age 38. So I'm sure he's not eating tons of steak every day. You're spoiled, AJ. That's cool. Spoil yourself if you can, right? Ton, you usually don't watch them, so you didn't know it's vaccinated. So I told you, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm boosted. I got boosted last in September. I haven't lost my head yet or whatever. I'm doing fine. I haven't got COVID yet, too, as far as I know. I'm not trying to stir up some political thing. I'm just speaking about my life, what I've done, and what's happened, and that's what's been happening here. Again, if you don't like vaxxers, totally cool. I respect that. I just don't like the misinformation, but if you don't like them for your own reasons, totally cool. I have no problem with that. Yeah, the Russell Brand, there's a great example of someone who I don't respect their stance as much. It seems so based in like far out conspiracy theories and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hear Jackson Panciotic saying anything like what Russell Brand was saying. Yeah, he's a huge anti-vaxxer, and he thinks the whole thing is a scam and no one should get it, and they're trying to control you with vaccinations. No, people are already being controlled anyway. We don't need freaking vaccinations. People are being controlled through information, misinformation, the internet. Vaccination is not a means to control people. The internet, this digital misinformation age is doing a very fine job of controlling people. Uncle, how do flat earthers travel on a plane of existence? Did you make that up, Uncle? That doesn't sound like a professional joke. Sam, yeah, I wish me and Jackson's from Plantrotic would socialize more. I just kind of lost touch with him. He moved to Costa Rica, got married. I just kind of lost track of him. But he's a nice young man. He's probably a little bit less young man now, but yeah, nice young guy. Good kid, good young man. Anyway, what kind of name is Fardo Poo-Poo? Is there someone here named Fardo Poo-Poo? Fardo Poo-Poo, stop trying to move all the healthy food. Stop trying to move all those healthy food. Do you have something you're trying to tell us? Or Fardo Poopa, are you the guy that comes back and creates a new account every 5-10 minutes here every Friday? Do you have a question that you would like to ask me, Farto Poopu? If you do, please ask right now. But if you're just going to keep trolling, spamming, stop trying to move all these healthy food. No, I don't remove these healthy food. I eat plenty of healthy foods, Fardo Poo-Poo. You have a question, you want to be more specific, please ask and use all your mental faculties to try to type out a very just clear, concise question that we can all understand. And maybe we'll respond to it if so. But if you're just going to troll, I'm going to have one of my two moderators put you, not in times, block you for trolling because we don't tolerate trolling. All right? Fardo Poo-Poo wall. You like my troll voice? Fortunately, I have not had to use the troll voice too much tonight. Yeah, I thought they were talking about Fu Manchu for a second too, Heidi, about Fardo Poo-Poo. Yeah, I think it's the meat-eating smoker guy, Peter, who was the same guy that was like, I think the first account I ever remember him using was ANCAP or something like that. I think it's the same dude. Okay, here's your amp you want to get there, ZZ Captain. Is that what you got? The Bugera, actually spelled, has really nice bass, tenor sound. They are not overly priced and can be super loud. You have the BDX15. Bass and tenor, is it kind of Dumble like voiced or something like that? I know that's kind of a loose term or something like that, but more mid-rangey than like a scooped Fender amp tone. I just got a new amp myself too. I replaced my amps. You guys might notice my 1978 Fender Princeton Reverb. I sold it for like double what I bought it for like 3 or 4 years ago, and replaced it with a solid state just pedal amp. Basically, it sounds amazing. It sounds great. I'm so happy with it. It's called a Quilter Super Block. Its voice has 3 Fender amp voicings: a tweed, a blonde, and a blackface amp. Blackface is just the name given to that style amp. It's not a racist thing or anything, because they have as you see, my speaker cabinet back there is actually an amp that has like a black front. That's what they get that name from. Terry Jones, you think it may be, I think that maybe it's not always the same person. There are a lot of Richards out there, huh? Yeah, tube amps are so expensive. Yeah, I think I got my Princeton Reverb for about maybe $600. maybe 3-4 years ago. I think I got it in 2017 or 18. I sold it for $1,300 the other day. I probably could have got more if I waited, but I had it on the market for quite a while. I started at 2,000. I started coming down because I knew, I just don't like getting it serviced all the time. Tubes change, that costs all the money, the maintenance. Then I knew where I was going to be moving to eventually. I looked, there didn't seem to be any tube amp techs on the big island of Hawaii. So I go, why even bother having a tube amp for? I can get great sounds with a non-tube amp and have less maintenance, and I don't have to let it warm up. Just turn it on, start playing instantly. You don't have to worry about tube degradation, So anyway, I'm pretty stoked. And I don't need something to put out hundreds of watts or anything. I just play in this little room. I play my current thing on a 1 watt mode, and it fills this room up. It's too loud. Neighbors would complain. Yeah, Quilter. If you guys are, I'll show you. I'm not sponsored. I'll show this to the music interested people what I got here. I really love it. Quilter Labs. Let's see. Let's go to their site. I got this here. Super Block. Check it out. I'll put the link. Yeah, it's just basically what you see here. It's like it can live on your pedal board. It can run off a 9-volt power supply if you want, but it comes with a 24-volt one for more power. I just run it off a 9-volt one. It's plain out like I said. Yeah, it sounds as good as my Princeton Reverb, if not maybe better. It's definitely quieter. There's no tube hiss or anything like that. It's amazing sounding. And it sounds like a tube amp too. It really has a Fender tube sound. So anyway. Yeah, if we get a lot of trolls now, Peter, I give you the blessings to block them. Herxiel, how is it the same? Are we talking about vegan food, or are we talking about tube amps versus solid state amps? Let me know what you're talking about. I'm missing all the trolls. Did you guys block all the trolls for me here? But if anyone has a question, let's have a look. If someone wants to come here and ask, trolls, if you're listening still, if you want to come and ask a question, do it in a civil way. Here, just be civil. Don't use personal attacks. Don't harass. Don't be a racist, sexist, ageist, homophobe, anything like that. And don't spam or troll. Just ask your question. Just throw out the best example that you have, why veganism sucks, and I'll answer it. But if you're just going to F around, we're going to block you. It's so simple. So anyway, let's see if any of these trolls are here. But yeah, getting rid of my tube amp is part of this process. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff that I don't think I need in my future. Whether I remain here or go to Hawaii in the future, I'm just getting rid of stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. Herkel, you're talking to someone about eggs and dairy. Cool. Any basketball snacks tonight, Uncle? No, I don't have anything special. Actually, no, Angie got us some stuff from Sprouts today. She ordered on Instacart. So I think we got some samosas. We never had them before, some vegan samosas. So maybe we'll snack on that before they go bad. And Angie does not watch the basketball games with me. She used to a long time ago, back in the Shaq and Kobe eras, the Sasha Vujacic era of the Lakers, but she doesn't watch anymore. Hey, thanks, AJ. Thanks, Atomic Vegan.
Cult Dues and Lakers Game Snack Fund.
Oh, thank you there. Thanks for the cult dues. It'll maybe even get funneled into the Hawaii Future Fund. We'll see, but definitely we'll have some vegan snacks tonight during the Lakers Warriors game. Gosh, I really hope they don't blow it tonight on their home court. No, I'm not trying to become a minimalist, Peter, but I've lived here 20 years in a house, so you accumulate crap, I mean, even if you live in an apartment, you accumulate crap. I have 1,200 square feet here, plus a garage to accumulate crap. So I'm going to slim it down. So when we finally make this move that I keep talking about, I don't want to jinx it, but I want to be able to bring as little as possible. Yeah, I got to bring all my studio and stuff, but we're going to bring, not everything. I'm trying to get rid of some things. I'm not going to bring our bed mattress. Let's get a new one out there. Our couch is thrashed from the couch. Let's get a new one out there. So I'm just trying to, just start. I don't want to have to unload a bunch of stuff like within a month's time, like panics kind of thing. I just want to, over the next year or 2 or 3, whatever, start just now getting rid of things that I haven't been using or things that I don't use all that much. I'd rather just sell them and get the money and do something else with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to become a minimalist per se, but I am trying to lessen, to minimalize. Peter, you're hoping to become a minimalist. Cool. Yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't define myself as that, but I want to have less crap than what I have right now. I need to have less crap than I have right now. Okay, so what am I missing here? Is Hercule talk? What is Hercule talking about here? If it's immoral to take eggs and milk from if the animals don't care, which they don't seem to. Well, Hercule, let's put you up on the poop wall here, Hercule, so we can analyze your claim here. So hang on 1 second here.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Okay, let's hide the rules and let's get your comment up here for all our audience to enjoy here. So if it's immoral to take eggs and milk if the animals don't care, which they don't seem to. So you're trying to say, well, first of all, how do you know what the animals care about or don't care about? Oh, thank you, Dana, for our potential moving fund, whenever that may happen. Thank you so much, Dana, because we'll need it. God, things are getting more expensive every day, it seems. Anyway, what was I going to do? Here, let's go to see what veganism is or is not. Let's see what veganism is. It's a, It's a philosophy of way of living, Hercule, which seeks to exclude as far as possible all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So let's see what you're asking about here. Eggs and milk. Well, let's look at milk. I don't know what your fantasy is of how milk is produced. First of all, cows just don't walk around in fields just pregnant naturally. They're forcibly impregnated. And Hercule, you've probably had a biology or sex ed class when you were in grade school a couple years ago. When a mammal is pregnant, not only do they lactate, but they also produce babies. And babies are absolutely useless to the dairy industry, particularly male babies. You can't produce milk for males. So they're killed or turned into veal, which soon become killed. And the female babies are either killed or they're raised to become mamas themselves, and the cycle continues. So there's a bunch of cruelty and exploitation. So how do you, this whole thing, they don't mind? Well, yeah, I'm sure the male cows mind when they're being killed. I'm sure the mothers don't want to be forcibly impregnated and forced to basically remain producing milk for the rest of their shortened lives, because as soon as their milk production falls off, it becomes unprofitable to keep feeding them since they're not producing the milk, which produces the money. The animals are being exploited. They're being killed as soon as they're not profitable anymore. So I'm not sure what kind of fantasy you have about milk. We could talk about eggs too, but since you brought milk up, I want to show you the absolutely undeniable cruelty inherent in milk production. Because they let you know when they're suffering vocally. Yeah, they do let you know. Yeah, I'm sure when they slaughter all the baby male calves, I don't think any of them sit there and go, yeah, this is so awesome. Yeah, they scream. I'm not joking about it. Animals scream when they're being killed, and it's a known fact. I don't know how many millions of cows are killed annually. And we can get the number if we want, killed annually in the process of producing dairy. So please don't tell me dairy is some kind of peaceful thing, Hercule. Animals are killed, animals are exploited. It's not only just the killing, like I said, it's the exploitation, because that's what the definition of veganism says we're concerned with, and we are, the exploitation of animals. How would you like to be forcibly impregnated, Hercule? Just kind of curious. What do you think about that? How would you like to have some guy jamming some thing up your privates, squirting it into you, and making you pregnant, and then keeping you that way for the rest of your life, basically? How would you like that? And then when you do produce a baby or babies, having them taken away from you. You never see them again, and most likely they're going to be killed. So tell me how that's so nice and cool and chill. Please give me your fantasy here. Yeah, Samuel, they do care. They cry for days when they lose their babies. But maybe you never thought about this, Hercule. Maybe I shouldn't treat you so aggressively. You just hit a nerve here when you said, what'd you say here? The animals don't seem to care. It's just that there's such ignorance and the what's the word? Self-importance to think that you know what the animals are thinking. You don't know what they're thinking, but yeah, you can infer what they're thinking when they're being slaughtered, when their babies are taken away, they scream, they cry. So you can pretty much infer if you see a mammal screaming or crying, it's not a good thing, let's say. Wow, Diablo, so I'm not even going to repeat that here for fear of getting my show banned or something like that. Wow. Yeah, Dana, Badass Place Lead, thank you for the super chat too. I'm going to read your words exactly here, verbatim. Forcing pregnancy is rape. I mean, that's what I'm saying. How would Hercule love to be raped? Because that's what's happening. That's how dairy cows become impregnated. They are raped. They are forcibly impregnated. So how can you not call that cruelty or exploitation? Because remember, once again, that's, oh gosh, I hit the wrong button again. That's what veganism is. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. So, you need proof what? Tell me, Urkel, what proof do you need to understand that raping someone is cruel and or exploitative? Please explain to me, Hercule. Pretend I'm a dumb idiot. Please explain to me how raping a living sentient being cannot be construed as being cruel and exploitative. So I'm listening, Hercule. Please describe to me how rape is not cruel or exploitative. So we'll hear your argument here. I'd love to hear this. Like when they're naturally pregnant farms, maybe that happens. Maybe that happens like 0.0001% of all milk produced in the United States. But you're talking about a fantasy here. Like say you owned your own cows and you had them mate or something like that. That's a fantasy. I assume you don't have that in your life. So we're talking about the real world. This is not a philosophy show where we talk about abstract ideas like how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. We don't like bullshit like that. We talk about crap that happens in the real world. So please tell me how the vast majority of milk in this country is produced through rape. So please explain to me how rape is not to be construed as cruel or exploitative. That's all I'm asking. Not asking how some like maybe 5 people in the country drink their milk from cows that they mated in a peaceful manner or something like that. Like I said, it's got to be less than a 1/100% of the total milk production annually. So we're listening. Let's talk about the real world here. How is rape not to be construed as being cruel or exploitative? I want to know. I want to see what crazy mental gymnastics you're going to have to pull to try to justify rape. Yeah, Phelan, their milk is not ours to take, and their bodies are not ours to rape. Yeah, the milk is there, as Terry points out, is there for baby cows. That's why cows produce milk. That's why humans produce milk. We don't produce milk for cows, we produce milk for our own species babies. Cows don't produce milk for us. They produce milk for their own species baby. So just the act of taking away the milk that's intended to nourish and bring life to a baby cow. So a human can have it when humans don't need it. Humans don't need cow's milk. Humans have human milk, and we don't need animals' milk. We're the only creature in the world that steals the milk from another creature. But anyway, I still want to hear how rape is not to be construed as being cruel and or exploitative. I can't wait. I'm just waiting, Hercule. Where are you? Are you thinking of something? Just if you want to say maybe you were wrong on this, you didn't think this through, and I'll apologize if I was a little bit aggressive. Not everyone thinks of these issues through. It's so easy to not know how milk is produced. We just think it comes from these magical cows grazing these magical fields and everything is happy, and a guy goes out with a bucket and a stool and gets the milk and everyone's stoked. And it's not like that. It's a fantasy that the milk producers want you to believe. So if you were victim to that false fantasy. Cool. I understand there's a lot of misinformation out there. So just tell us, Hercule, that you were wrong, and you agree that raping a sentient being is cruel and exploitative. Peter, did you ban him? Am I talking to the ether right now as far as he goes? Peter, let me know if you banned him. I feel like he's staying too silent, which makes me a little scared that Peter probably banned him. Yeah, Dr. Bear, we didn't even get into the point where how the female cows are artificially inseminated. Where did the semen come from in the first place? Like, bulls just didn't produce it for some farmer just because the bull likes the farmer or something like that. Yeah, exactly. It's obtained in a very exploitative way to the male cow, to the, what were they called again? The bulls. Yep, VLAM, and yeah, I mentioned what happens when the milk-producing female cows are no longer as productive as they were when they get a little bit older compared to their youth. Yeah, they aren't sent to a retirement farm. That's not profitable. It's not profitable to keep feeding a cow that's not like adding to your profits. Yeah, they're killed. Dr. Bear, at Graven, Ryan has an admirable level of patience and willingness to give the benefit of doubt that I don't always have. Hercule, you did respond earlier. I didn't see it. I don't understand why you're not outraged at the dairy industry right now. Sounds like some... What are you talking about, Hercule? I'm asking you. You said... You seem to imply, if I'm scrolling up, don't gaslight me here. I don't see your response. I want you, Hercule, to tell... Don't talk about the dairy industry and outrage. No, I want to know, how are you able to rationalize that artificially inseminating a female cow, which is rape, you're violating her private parts and putting semen into it against her will. How is raping not considered cruel or exploitative? So what did I miss, Hercule? Answer the question, please. Yeah, VLAM, you sum it up very nicely. You'd say forced pregnancy, aka rape, kidnapping of babies, and murder is rather outrage-inducing, and all those activities are cruel and exploitative. And I'd like to see Hercule explain how those things are neither cruel nor exploitative. I'd love to hear the mental gymnastics other than saying, no, I answered that earlier. Well, if you did, humor me. Answer it again, but I didn't see it. I was watching. You notice how I'm not really answering too many other people right now, Hercule, so you can't like try to escape with that answer. Dr. Bear says to Hercule, aren't you listening? Why are you here if you aren't interested in good faith discussion? Exactly. He's not here for good faith discussion. And when confronted with the logical consequences of position, he crumbles like a house of cards, or better yet, just disappears. We explained how the dairy industry harms bulls, the males, cows, the females, then the babies. What part of that are you not getting? What part of that are you not getting? How can you sit here and say that you're here to have an honest discussion? All right, I see he just got blocked, and here's why, Hercule. Well, first of all, here's your words, which you never really backed up. But more importantly, the reason why you're getting blocked is, let's look at the rules here. Number 3, when trying to debunk veganism, which he's trying to do, I will only discuss one of your claims at a time. You just throw out another one. Here's what you need to do. Don't bring up new claims. Don't throw poop on the wall. You're just flinging poop on the wall. Oh, you're saying, oh, that line of reasoning doesn't work. Let's just try this one. Let's fling a poop here. Just answer the question. You're the one that brought this crap up, Hercule. I didn't come to you. You came to us and started talking about how the dairy industry is not cruel, or milk has no cruelty. We showed you clear examples of how there's cruelty inherent in dairy production, and we asked you to respond to that, and you were completely unable to. And instead of answering our question or my question, you flung a new poop on the wall. What about this? No, we don't do whataboutisms here. We don't entertain such gaslighting techniques here. I'm very educated in the ways of gaslighters, narcissists, fallacious argument techniques. I studied philosophy, got a degree in it. I studied in the PhD level. I'm well aware of all these this juvenile tactics. So don't try them here. And if you do, we will block your ass for not being honest. Oh, you're gonna answer the question. All right, Herkel. Well, don't take all day. I have a Lakers game to get to, so you better get to it within like 30 seconds, or I'm gonna block you. So get to your answer here. Streamlabs, my bot just told Herkel, just in case you did, please refrain from using foul language. So I guess my bot's not liking you either. Herkel, you're not answering my question. Let's say for the same reason it isn't to like 90% of society. No, I'm asking you, how are you justifying rape is not being cruel or exploitative? You just flung another poop on the wall. You don't understand what I just showed you here. Are you incapable of understanding? When trying to debunk veganism, I will discuss only one of your claims at a time. And your claim was that, yeah, there's nothing wrong with producing milk, and I showed you exactly what was wrong and showed you the inherent rape and cruelty. And how can you get around the justifying rape as not being cruel or exploitative? You're not answering the question. So today, yeah, Peter, just block him. Yes, I don't have time for this right now. We've tried 10 minutes. He's probably just trolling us. Yeah, he's incapable of. How many times I said here is the exact question that you need to answer. Please answer. You brought this up. I'm not making this up. I'm just showing the logical consequence of his position that milk has no cruelty and there's rape and cruelty and rape. I mean, there's rape. And anyway, we got it. Anyway, let's move on. Jesse, what's subjective? Just kind of curious. What do you mean? It's all subjective, man. Like, what is? It's all. It is all. Like, what do you mean by it is all? What do you mean by it? What is subjective? What are you talking about here? Yeah, what do you mean? My moderator asked. What do you mean? It is subjective. That rape is not cruel. Rape is not exploitative. Please, if that's what you're saying, I'd love again, like. Our person we just banned, please tell us what you mean, how rape and cruelty being cruelty, rape is not cruel or exploitative, and that's just subjective. Like, it's all in the subjective opinion of the raper. The raper might not have like cruel intentions, so the victim is not being exploited. Like, what are you trying to say? David's vegan. I love you, Ryan. Have fun at the Lakers game night. Thanks for the entertainment diet. Okay, Dave, I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Okay, Dr. Bear is responding to that guy that we just blocked. We don't care if 90% of the population thinks animal cruelty is okay. That's another, again, I studied logic, I studied philosophy. That's called the appeal to mass fallacy, mass appeal fallacy, something like that. It's the idea that, say you can get a lot of people to agree on something, doesn't make it true. Let's just say, like, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, you can get like 99% of the human population to agree that the earth was flat. Doesn't mean that the earth finally like changed shape from a sphere and flattened out into a pancake just because of the beliefs of people. See, it's a fallacy. Just because you have a lot of people agree on something doesn't mean that that thing is true. There's a certain point in the United States history when a pretty significant percentage of our citizens believe that slavery was totally cool and should be legal and was legal. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it morally correct or anything like that. Just because a bunch of people agree on something about something doesn't change the truth of that thing being, anyway, let's continue on. Yeah, a lot of people think Donald Trump won the election, that it was rigged with fake voting machine, Venezuelan dictators behind pulling the strings. Doesn't mean it's true. Oops. Yeah, my game is probably on right now, sir. I tell you, I'm cool with missing the first quarter, I suppose. So I'm cool with that. So I can live with that. I'll be ending this live stream really soon. I promised it to go to 2 hours. I'm almost there. Bean Moyman, play us a song. All right, let me see. All right, Bean Moyman, let me see what I got for you guys tonight.
Play us a song?
All right, where's a pick? All right. All right, there we go. A little bit of dust in the wind. All right, but yeah, we do have a Lakers game coming on. Really, it's probably started already, so I need to I need to go see what's going on with the Lakers, because I said it's a big game for the Lakers. They have home court tonight, and if they win, they will advance to the Western Conference Finals. So they having golden opportunity to win on their home court. It's going to be a classic game. LeBron James, Steph Curry, two of the greatest players of all time, battling out tonight, battling out in the second round playoff series. So, yeah, I can't miss it. That's why I started my live stream a little on the early side tonight, so I could watch this important game. So it's on. If you guys are interested, it should be on ESPN, ABC, or TNT. One of those. If it's on ABC, then you don't need cable or anything like that. But anyway, just letting you know, it's a game that anyone could probably watch if you want to. You'll know what I'll be doing. You'll say, I'm watching the same game Ryan's watching right now. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this peculiar live stream. I believe next week, if the Lakers make it, they wouldn't be playing on Friday. I saw if they were to advance to the Western Conference Finals, the first game would be on Tuesday, so I assume the next game would probably be on Thursday, meaning Friday we should be safe. So this shouldn't happen again for a while, hopefully. So anyway, thanks moderators for moderating our trolls so diligently there at the end. Yeah, they kind of popped up at the end there en masse, so I thank you guys for helping me out. And thanks for all our regular viewers. Good to see you again, Sarah. It was different without you last week. It wasn't quite the same, so I'm glad you're here with us tonight. Thanks to everyone, all our regular viewers, our happy fam, all our just non-channel member viewers. You guys are awesome. Like I said, this is why I do it. I love my vegan community here. You guys are my community, not like all the vegan YouTube creators. I don't know them. I barely talk to them, but I talk to you guys every Friday. So you guys are my people. So I want to say thank you. Really, you guys are my tribe. You guys are my community. All right, so wish the Lakers luck. I know there's a couple Warriors fans out there, so I'm rooting for you guys too. It's gonna be a great game. Hopefully we don't get blown out or anything like that. All right, guys. So if you have any video ideas, mail them to me or send me messages. Ryan Lum Rocks on Instagram, or just Ryan Lum on Twitter. Happy Healthy Vegan on Twitter. Find us and give me some good stories, some anti-vegans to respond to, because that's what I enjoy doing, guys. So much love to everyone. And yeah, grab one of our teas. Let me put the link there one more time to our merch store. That's not it. Bummer. Oops. Yikes. What did I do? I messed something up here. All right, guys. I should get going before I make another mistake here. I was trying to paste a link, and I think I had that trolls comments in my computer memory. All right, good night, peeps, as Allison said there. Much love, and I'll see you next Friday, next live stream, and hopefully the Lakers will be in the Western Conference Finals by then. All right, much love, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Doesn't suck being vegan. Bye-bye.